was I had to move out of my parents' house and her boyfriend, and I was getting cheated over with money, and station and stuff belongs to my family, so could not take it. It was a pretty long thing that happened because I was made a deal, but as soon as I was supposed to, sorry, 3 days in to moving in, okay, I'm just gonna stop right here for a second till this, 3 days moving in, my friend's boyfriend and her broke up because she cheated on him. He went away for a few days to go see a friend, and while he did that, she went over to her ex-boyfriend's house. Like, I did not know it was her ex-boyfriend at the time. She went over to her ex-boyfriend's house, and he found out somehow. He was calling and asking, where was she, and I really didn't know. I just knew, like, she told me she was going to her parents' house, but he found out otherwise. I asked my other friend where she was, because they're like best friends. She said that she was at her ex-boyfriend's. I was like, oh. So very next day, he gives her an ultimatum after he comes home, and it's like, either she stops seeing the guy, or she has to leave. And she chose the guy, so she left. And yeah, so that happened. I thought I was gonna get kicked out, so I was already packing up and stuff to leave again. And he went ahead and let me stay. I'm pretty good with money management myself, so I had already had all the money that I needed for the rent they wanted on the spot and stuff. But he went and used all the rent money only, only a week from rent day. So that put us in a tight spot because we had a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was over $1,000 something a month. And it's not really a nice apartment neither. So I don't know why it was that much money. Other than that, it was just crazy. Let's see, we're gonna upgrade this we're gonna upgrade this. We're just gonna spend time upgrading and checking for them needing food. This one's gonna need more berries. Oh god, there's 6 of them. That's a good thing. Where was I? Okay, so he used up all the money. He was talking about, why is this one's health so low? Okay, now it's up. Oh yeah, 'cause you were my new one. This is a female. We're gonna name her. I don't know what to name her. You know what? We're gonna name you Wendy, I guess. You're Wendy. I'm really bad with names, so I don't know. You don't even look like a Wendy or a female. You look like a guy. Oh god, this poor baby's about to starve. Here, you need plenty of food. Take that. Upgrade. We want your thing strong. We need your speed up. the food it's eating. Okay, so I told him we shouldn't, or that he shouldn't use the dang money. Oh God, 17. No, he shouldn't use the money. You know, I'm gonna stop this for a second. Okay, I'm gonna stop all these dinos too while I'm at it. Like, I told him he shouldn't use his name or my name. And I said he probably shouldn't do it until he can make sure he can actually get the loan. He did not listen, because he was like that he's pretty sure we're going to get it anyways. So he went and got the loan out. Or sorry, no he didn't. He went and used up all the money. He bought a TV. He bought himself a new phone. He got himself some work clothes. And he wanted to go get his some internet. Which was all really stupid decisions, which I made it known to him, and still a lot of crap happened. So he used all that money. The very next day he went to go get the loan out in his name, and guess what? They denied him. They denied the loan from him. They told him that they recommended that if he can do a recommendation, then he can get $10 for himself. So he's like, oh, that sounds like a great idea, and goes and gets me from the apartment, which I had to call out of work that day because I was really exhausted. Not just that, but my leg was, I think I had overworked my leg, the one I had broke a while. Whoa. Okay, it is not a fertile egg. So we're gonna put this in there. It's a heavy egg, 5 pounds. Okay, so my leg was like really swollen and stuff. My knee was out of order. I couldn't really walk. I was having to hold on to anything that was around me to be able to walk. And he comes and drags me out of the apartment, and he's like, you need to go get a loan out because they denied me and we need rent money. I've never got a loan before, so I had no clue what to do. He wanted me to go in there by myself and do it. I'm like, no, he needs to go in there with me because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. He goes in there with me, but he's just looking at stuff that he wants to buy, and knowing how tight we are in money, he wanted to buy stuff. So I go and ask for the loan. I give them all my information, and they tell me I can't be approved for $1,000. I can only get, we had to go sell stuff. I don't know this guy. He doesn't know me. And yet I'm over here having to sell stuff for this rent money. Rent that I already paid my part of. But I knew that if we didn't get the rent money in, eviction was gonna happen and I would probably have nowhere to go. So I had to go sell my percussion kit, which if you go to my back in the beginning of my channel, you can see me playing on some of my percussion kit. So I had to sell that off, which my parents had paid like $300 for that thing. I only got $85 back because they said it was, they said that the bags were different now, and so I wasn't allowed to get my money's worth back because of the bag, because they would have to buy a plastic case instead of a cloth bag. So they got that. I got my 85. He went and sold 2 guitars off, which he only got $80 off of that. But the guitar people, they gave him an option. They said either that he can get $80 for both the guitars put together, or he can go pick something off and get $120 off that. And then if he had any money on him, he could pay off the rest of the money for the guitar. So he chooses to go look for a new guitar even though he doesn't have money on him. So he's looking around. When he picks out a guitar, he's like, he comes back and he asks for it and he's like, what's the price? And they're like, it's in the thousands and stuff. And he's like, oh, he's like, you're gonna need more money and stuff. So he's like, never mind. And he's like, so what do you want me to do? He's like, I'll just get the money back, I guess. So he gets the $80 and leave. That day he goes and buys beer. That was, I think it was $7. Yeah, it was $7 for the beer. Then the next day he goes off and buys cheese, a bag of cheese, because he's a cheeseaholic, which was $8 because it was a pretty big bag. I think it was like a 5-pound bag of cheese. Then that very day he also asked for $15 in cash because I made him hand over the money so he wouldn't spend it crazy, but he kept coming back and asking for money anyways. And he asked for $15 for gas, so I gave him that. And then the day after that, he asked for $15 more for gas. Didn't make sense to me, but I'm like, okay, part of this money's his. That's coming out of his funds. And then that very day, he also asked for $5 to go get sodas. Not important, but he wanted it, his money. So I gave him the $5 for the sodas. The day afterwards, he asked for $20 for gas. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? Where is he going? And he's using so much gas money. But that very same day, guess what I find out? He needed the $20 for gas to go to work. So he hadn't gone to work yet. He was about to go. I gave him the $20 for gas. He leaves for work on time, because he has to go at like 4 in the morning, so he left around 3. Well, I get told because I'm friends with the guy that gave him the job. He's a family friend. I was the one that talked to them to get him the job so we can get rent money up. Well, he freaking goes in an hour late to work. Don't know where he was, but he went in an hour late to work somehow. And told them, oh, he doesn't have a car, he didn't have gas. And that he tried calling Ubers, and the Ubers weren't picking up, so he was late. He has a car that works fine. He had gas money because I gave it to him. So where the heck was you for that whole hour? And if he didn't have gas, what's the gas money? What did he do with the $20? But if you add all that money up, it comes out to $70 that he put into rent, or out from the money that he had put into rent. He had put $80 in the rent, used $70, and somehow 10 of my dollars went missing too. So, and he's the only one that was around my money, so don't know what happened there. Though I have a pretty good guess. So that was my last straw, the lying about work to my family friend that we so graciously gave him a job. Not to mention he had talked to me to get him paid the same amount that a manager would, or near the same amount as a crew trainer. So we've been giving him a lot, helping him out a lot. In fact, my parents were even letting us wash our clothes at their house so we wouldn't have to use money on the laundry mats and stuff. And this dude does not clean for crap. As soon as I started living there, I was having to clean everything because he refused to clean. I was doing the laundry. I was taking care of his dog, which was peeing all over the place. They had no toilet paper for the apartment. They had no, they had hardly to any dishes whatsoever. They had like one fork, two spoons, and three butter knives. They had no food, no drinks. Um, they had nothing to make food in there. Um, so I went and bought all that stuff while also keeping a good amount of rent money up. But because he was lying to that family friend, I was like, no, I said, I need to leave. Because if I don't, this is just going to keep happening and happening, and I can't deal with that. So I left. All my stuff was there. The TV that he had bought with the rent money, I had to put $40 into that, along with $3 more from my account, my bank account. So I found out a few days after I left that he went and returned the TV for money. I also handed over all the rent money since I was no longer going to be living there. And the day after I gave him all that money, he not only does return the TV, he goes and spends all that money again, which it's already about a day or two before rent day. So, yeah. So while I was gone, I did not only move to the apartment, had all those issues, I also had to move back into my parents' house, deal with him. And I told him when I found out he returned the TV, because the only reason I found out is I got a notification from my bank that the $3.15 that I had used on my account for that TV was put back in. So when I called him and asked about it, he's like, yeah, I returned the TV and needed rent money, and I wanted to buy some other stuff. So I'm like, okay. I said, well, 40 of the dollars that you got are mine. You need to give it back. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll give it back. Well, now all of a sudden, all these money issues are coming up where he can't pull out of his bank account. And now when I text him to ask for the money, he's refusing to reply or even acknowledge my messages. So, yeah. And usually he picks up the phone right away. I called him to talk to him about it. No replies. Yeah. So that's everything that happened. So now I'm just back in my parents' house. I just moved back in about 2 days ago. I'm still unpacking stuff. Right now I'm just relaxing for a little bit since I've been busy. No. Yeah. I don't know which ones are poisonous for them, so I'm just gonna put Trino berries. So after I get done putting all this stuff on for them, I'm gonna show you how to breed them. And after I show you how to breed them, I'll show you how to hatch the eggs. See, there's an egg right there on the ground, but it's not fertile. Pick up all nearby eggs. Just make sure none of them are fertilized. None are fertilized. We're gonna go deposit this poop though in these. This one will be ready to mate in 1.5 hours. We're gonna access you. This one also has no food, so we're gonna put food in there. Get food going in there. We're gonna pet this little guy. Dude, just hatched another egg. We're gonna put... We're trying to make them really strong, because we want to be able to take all these guys out with us, but they'll have fun. This person has no food. There you go. That should last you a while. Your health is low. We're gonna up their speed. Do one more in health. I need some of these guys to move. And, you can be helped out again. 2 more. All your food's gone. I'm gonna have to give you some more. I'm gonna have to go back to the tree berries. Let's go get some more trino berries. We're gonna need a lot of them. Oh, this one has plenty. We're gonna get all these up in here. We'll get more of these for the